funny how you began this with a British accent. I've been watching Peaky Blinders. That's what I did yesterday. I don't know if you know that show. It's just about a bunch of like British gangsters, and I am not going to talk to any employees about very serious things today because I feel way more gangster right now. You're muted, by the way. Tyler, you're muted.
I'm muted. Sorry.
There you go. But everybody, welcome to Cashflow and Coffee. This is where we answer your questions live. If you're on IG, come on to YouTube. We're going to answer any of your real estate investing questions live, and that's what we do. But yeah, I'm in a very gangster mood. I'm just in a very much like, let's just like shoot the buyer, you know? It's been entering my head. Luke, I already told you that. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see that you have it here. Yeah, man, I knew you were a visionary. I can tell very quickly if someone's a visionary or an integrator now. I can just talk to them for like 5 seconds.
That's great.
And I'll like figure it out. I also if I really want to solidify it, I'll do one question and then I'll figure it out. Danielle, true. That's who we should be really extorting right now. Cool.
Do we have any list of questions from people in the DMs or anything like that?
Yeah, guys, if you guys want us to answer your questions, you can throw them in the comments and I'll put them ahead of the people who've been asking me questions over the week. Just so you guys know. Because I get questions over the week and I tell them to come here and they sometimes come, they sometimes don't. If you guys got questions, that's definitely where you should put it. Tyler, just real quick update on the deal I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
He literally said it's not signed yet, but I think we're gonna be pretty good. Danielle, if you have 3 questions, write them out and then I'll answer them or we'll answer them.
Good morning.
Somebody does that. I'm going to put this one in here. Oh, there we go. I've came across an agent while doing outreach, and she's basically representing a wholesaler. I've never heard of that, but there's a way to make it work. Got that, Tyler?
So it sounds like you reached out to an agent, but they were working with a wholesaler, and they sent you a wholesale deal, right? I just want to confirm like that's actually what's happening.
That's what she thinks is. Yeah, I guarantee you that's what's happening. What she thinks is that she's being represented by a wholesaler. Unless the wholesaler actually owns the property, the agent can't literally represent them. I don't think.
So I'm going to assume that your question is that an agent sent you a wholesale deal and they're like working with the wholesaler. So you think it's on market.
Interesting. Basically, it's on market. Interesting. I don't know.
So I'm confused. So is the wholesaler like wholesaling this basically?
Danielle, did you find the wholesaler or did you find the agent? And like, did you do it on market? Wholesalers sometimes do that. They sometimes put it in their contract where they can just put it on the market, right? It's possible that's what's happening here, right? My question is, it's pretty basic. You more or less would say, you kind of just do the same thing with a wholesaler. You'd be like, hey, this one's not for me. I can't market it, or I'm sorry, I can't buy it. Just it's not the right one for me. But if you want, I have a wholesaling company too. If you want, I can market it. I would just need to have a JV agreement signed with the wholesaler, right? That's what I would say, unless they own it. I would ask. I would also ask if it's under contract or if it's owned by the person.
Her client is a wholesaler. So it sounds like she just sent you a wholesaler's deal, and the deal just happens to be on the MLS too, right?
Could be that too.
If that's the case, I would still run it as like a regular deal, right? As if a wholesaler sent you that deal. What I typically do with real estate agents that send me wholesaler deals is, number one, I'll figure out if they're actually working with a wholesaler and if this is under contract. And then if it is, if I like the deal, I kind of pivot a little bit, right? Because they think I'm a buyer, so they're going to expect me to buy it. I called her off the MLS. So she's okay, now I'm really confused.
You can Tyler, do you know you can list properties on the MLS when you have them under contract?
Yes, I know that.
Okay.
I'm just
What
trying to.
confuses you?
It sounds like she is listing it for a wholesaler with under contract, right?
Yes. That's what's
Okay.
happening.
Okay. So yeah, I would just let them know. I would just, for me personally, unless you already told the agent you're a buyer, then if you think the numbers are good, what I normally do is just come up with a reason why I don't really like it, but tell her that you might have someone for it and ask their permission to see if you can send it out to any of your friends. I usually just say like friends or something, because then it makes it. If you say like buyers or investors, it just seems like you are already prepared for like, I'm going to send this to a list of buyers. So I usually just go like, I don't really like it, to be honest, for this reason, but I have a friend of mine a couple of friends that are looking for something exactly like this. Would you be okay if I shot it over to them? And then if so, then I just let the agent know I can't really send it out technically unless I have like a JV sign with the wholesaler, and then just kind of go from there to structure it as like a regular micro flip deal.
Danielle, really, if you need to just start asking more questions. You need to ask. I kind of think she's a wholesaler too. You need to ask, hey, what's going on here? What's the situation? Actually, tell me.
Yeah.
Like, I think people are afraid of asking questions for some reason when they're confused because they don't want to look like an idiot. But you should ask as many questions as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to know every situation.
Hey guys, where's the best place to find off-market deals? What's the best strategy to make 100K a month? Agent outreach, I think. That's my opinion, right? Some people do it with micro flipping. I think micro flipping, for you to be getting to like 100K a month exclusively micro flipping, you've got to be like John and Mahmood in them and just like literally be a leader in every single community, because you have to have a constant flow of wholesalers to you. And you're going to have to choose a market that's very wholesaler heavy.
Yeah.
Agent outreach, I think every market you can make into a 100K market. I don't know if you can do that with every market with micro flipping. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I'm pretty partial to agent outreach.
I agree with you. I think agent outreach for off-market deals to make 100K a month, that's the best way to go.
100%. Hey guys, happy Monday. We're coming across a lot of bidding wars in our market. Sending an offer via our buyer's agents just getting a lot of, hey, your offer was number 10. Buyer's agents versus 2x dipping. I always do 2x dipping. I never do use a buyer's agent. I think that's a dumb way to do it, in my opinion. I don't know if you have any.
I tried the whole buyer's agent thing and it failed horribly. I mean, like I got a few deals from it over time, but it's just because we were doing so much volume, we were bound to get a few deals. But yeah, working with the listing agent is the best way, because you're just
we get 80% of our deals are off market with the listing agent. Maybe like 10%, 10 to 15% are on market off market without the listing agent. And then 5% is on market with the listing agent. And then there's like 0.001% or something like that, where it's on market with a buyer's agent. And those were really special scenarios. That's when I've had it work, was when it's insanely special scenario where like really it was like they're just absolute boys. Otherwise it never works. The only person I know who does it successfully is Michelle and Paul.
they don't.
And I was about to say, I bet they're going to change soon.
Yeah, I
because it's a trash strategy.
I heard they
absolute trash.
Yeah, we don't do a whole lot of on-market stuff anyways, but I guarantee you'll have a better chance working directly with the agent. The buyer's agent's just going to send that offer and not really negotiate for you, right?
Yep.
And so, yeah, I think you're just going to, even if you are number 10, you're still going to, if you are the one talking directly, building that relationship with the listing agent and negotiating, you can move that number 10 offer to a number 2 spot with the right conversations.
And then also you'll get the off market that they also have coming up.
Yeah.
Anybody got a place for Gaetano to sleep in Montana? Let them know. How many agents do you have in your CRM? Let's show them. I don't know. Let's find out.
I think we have me? Okay.
No, I got it. Don't worry. Hold on. I'm going to show them all the agent stuff in a second. How many agents do we have in our CRM? That's always a fun thing to see, you know?
We have tens of thousands of agents, but active agents is a different story. Inventory. No, just go to opportunities. That'd be easy.
He said, I want to first show him how many agents you have in your CRM. I want to show him like literally how many agents there are.
Oh, no, go to pipeline, search pipeline.
Go back. Are you telling me there are agents?
No, go to contacts, go to filters and search pipeline.
I don't know my own CRM anymore.
And then just, is agent, real estate agent.
Are they even in here as soon as they're uploaded?
Huh? Yes, as soon as they're uploaded and the outreach starts, they get put in here.
12,000. 11,400 in California. We probably have similar in Denver. And then now we'll do what you were talking about, where we go to how many are actually working with us right now. About 3,333 of those 11,000. So there you go. That's how you get to a 100K operation. Have that many, start talking to that many agents, and I guarantee you money will flow.
Yeah, you don't even need that many agents to make a lot of money.
Yeah. You guys primarily doing texting blasts for outreach or making the initial call and then putting them in a follow-up?
Texting is our bread and butter.
Because we don't actually like talking to people. We're very antisocial human beings.
Cold.
Who has the time for that shit? I love the Tranter Bros, but they're the only ones with the time to cold call agents.
The only time you should be cold calling agents is if you're doing it yourself, but that's still a waste of time.
And you're broke. Yeah, if you actually want an actual system and you have like $200 a month, you sign up for Zapier, and then it just does it automatically.
True story. I'm a testimonial.
Yeah, you're also the owner. What about Fargo, North Dakota agent outreach? I don't know what Luke was referring to there, but okay.
I think he's just talking about a market to do agent outreach in.
Oh yeah, you can make $100,000 a month in Fargo, 100%. I guarantee it. It's not the best. It's going to be way harder than other markets because it's not big enough, but you could do it. What do you do when an agent asks for your credentials in order for them to send off markets? What do you do when an agent asks for your credentials in order for them to send off market? I would be up with and your last few flips gets me because I haven't flipped anything yet. Danielle, honestly, what I would do is I would take one of the ones you assigned like 3 to 4 months ago, show them that one, say you did this, you did this deal with your partners, and then show them the before and after photos. And the way you say it is do this deal that doesn't mean you're lying. You're doing what we call stretching the truth, is what I call it.
I like it.
Honestly, that's what I always do if I've never done a flip.
When I used to do agent outreach, this is just a funny truth. I didn't do a lot of it by myself. So this was like kind of okay. But when I would do it and they would ask me for my last few flips, I just never answered them.
Yeah, don't do that. Just send them like one you assigned like 3 to 4 months ago. And if you haven't assigned anything yet, find a dispo wholesaler who did that, or actually just ask a flipper. Be like, hey, I need credibility to send you a property. Can you send me a flip you just did? That's the easiest way.
100% do that. You should answer them.
Do you repeat those KPIs, please? I didn't really give any KPIs. I just said we have 11,400 and we're following up every 2 weeks to a month with about 3,333 of them. So I don't have any KPIs for you. I'm just letting you know that's how much we're doing to get to 100K a month, right? And actually 200K this month, but I'm not bragging.
Small flex.
Small flex. For some reason, calling agents isn't a big deal to me. Possibly because I used to be one, but my anxiety kicks in over time calling buyers. And I know I need to technically start with them first. Any advice? Team up with a dispo wholesaler. Then you don't need to call any buyers.
You don't need
Danielle,
to
what's your market? What is Danielle's market? I want to know. Wherever your market is, I can give you a dispo wholesaler, and then you never have to talk to a buyer ever. And you can just focus on talking to agents. Before I partnered with Tyler, I was going to switch my model to that. I was going to give up on dispo, and I was just going to partner with people.
Until the dispo.
Because I also
clutch.
Sure. And I had to give up half my company for that dispo god, as he calls himself.
I am God.
Quote from John Galan. Atlanta. Danielle, do you know Rocky and Rami?
And Curtis?
And Curtis? These people will just do all of it for you. Just give it to them. Just talk to agents and then give them the deal. And then you never, ever have to do anything.
Are the people you mentioned, are those Kiwi or no?
Who is Keeley? What are you talking about?
I'm asking, are the people that you mentioned a Keegley franchise?
No, they're Astro students. We went with them to the mastermind, bro.
Oh yeah, Rocky. Got it.
No, you have no clue who.
I do. I remember.
Zero recollection.
He's got the beard.
You know? I hope they're on here.
Whatever, dude.
It's too fun making fun of you. I'm sorry. I have REI reply. I'm automated. Just getting a lot of agents saying they get 30 plus texts asking the same every day. If you use Zapier, we have a proprietary way of reaching out to people that nobody uses, which I'm not going to give to anyone because in Zapier, our templates are not used by REI reply. It's not the damn. I'm a real estate investor. I'm looking for stuff, but we have a proprietary message that we use, and they always respond because of it. We have a much higher response rate than anybody else because we've got the sauce. But if you just DM me, I'll probably also give it to you. Because I'm a nice guy, and I just want to see you all get deals. So.
If they're getting the same message every day,
switch up the message. Is that the actual answer? That's true. Change the message. I was kind of just doing a Zapier ad there, but change the message is how you solve that. Do you guys sign papers for agents to send you deals like New Western? Not exclusive ones. You're talking about listing or buyer broker agreements. I'll have them do non-exclusive ones with me and be like, if anything you send me, I have to go through you. That'll sign.
New Western will require you to sign an NDA, and some like other agreement, but don't if you're trying to dispo deals, don't dispo New Westerns because they don't allow it.
And it's just they're trash.
I like them, but whatever.
If we start using New Western,
I've closed like 5 deals with New Western.
I'm breaking up with you. So you text to set up a call or pure texting? You text always to set up a call. So the initial outreach is texting, but you always need to get on the phone eventually. We just like it being a warm lead that we get on the phone with, so our act managers aren't wasting their time. We're right now developing a ChatGPT bot that will respond for us on everything, and soon we'll release it to Zapier once we know it's working also. But if you don't have that, you just respond to them. What's the story behind your biggest assignment fees? You want to tell I feel like that's our two right now, right?
My biggest assignment fees right now.
Yeah, we have 2 100K assignment fees. Those are his biggest. They're not really, there's not much of a story to them because they're Matt's stories. They're my acquisition manager's stories, right? I don't feel like I can even. I don't know. We could. I don't know what the story even is. We're the owners of.
Our story is that our dispositions manager is a beast and just locks up 100K deals, and I get to sell them in 5 minutes. You know,
That's true, because he undersells them, because we could have gotten 125K on each if he wasn't so fucking lazy.
I'm not lazy.
No, it's all good. You have a right to be lazy until we hire a dispo manager. You can undersell deals as far as I'm concerned. I don't think you did, even, to be honest. I think I was the one who told you to go for 100K. I was like, that's where
I was really gonna undersell that thing. I was gonna make.
He was about to sell it for 60.
Yeah, 50 or 60, and
I'm like, no, bro, sell it for 100, and we sold it in like two minutes through
yeah,
2
Jonah
days.
was like, I think we can get 100, you know. And I was like, all right. And then I called one buyer, the buyer who bought our last 100K deal, and
that's technically closing today. The first 100K is closing today. I want to see that money. Here's the story behind my biggest assignment fee, though, because it was one I didn't do with Tyler. Oh God, do I want to tell that story, or do I want to tell just the second biggest, because it's just not as long of a story? I don't know. My biggest one ever was because I kind of did something really fancy with it. I actually wrapped it. So I had an assignment fee. It was going to be 125K, which actually isn't my biggest assignment fee. But then what I did is the guy was fucking up. So then I bought the house, took his EMD, and then resold it on seller finance. So basically, I took his EMD, which was like 12K. Then I resold it, got a down payment of 40K. And then now I've been getting monthly payments of $2,000 every single month. Probably made like another 15K from that. And then once that sells, I'm going to get the original 125K again. So that'll end up being like 185K deal. That's the biggest deal I've ever done. It technically wasn't an assignment. It was $185,000 probably, or $175,000.
Beautiful. That's a gangster deal right there.
It was a gangster deal. It was like, well, that paid for sub 2 itself, you know?
It paid for 20 sub 2s.
I got lucky. I mean, basically, it was because I had raised private money so I could buy the house myself. I didn't need a hard money lender, really. I also had the confidence to be able to do that, and like knew how to do it. So I did something like really clever. So yeah. How can I get your CRM, and how do you compare it to unapologetic CRM? I've never heard of that CRM, so I have no idea. But Eli, you can go to www.zapier.com. There's a free trial. You can go join it. Anybody can go there, sign up. It's a great product. Yeah, I love it. Looks like they're using Astroblaster. We're not using Astroblaster. We are not. We are using Zapier. www.zapier.com. Astroblaster in our service is made off the same base software, but it's not Astroblaster that we use. I'm in SoCal trying to get deals in LAIE, SDOC area. Love it.
Yeah.
Tyler is God.
I am.
I hope, oh boy, that's literally what I was about to say. The Dispo Guard. Curtis, my guy. Good to see you.
Brother?
Danielle, hit up Curtis. He's literally in the chat. This was like, he is an insanely good dispo in Atlanta. Curtis, Danielle needs you because she doesn't want to deal with buyers. And so you can absolutely crush it and do some deals together.
That's hilarious. That the one time like we talk about Curtis, he's just in the chat.
Yeah, right.
It's meant to be, Danielle.
Look, Curtis, hit up Danielle. You guys should connect. I don't know if he's still in here. That was like 6 minutes ago. The third was Rami. Rami's also good. I think he might be partners with Rocky. I'm not sure. What response is that? I have Zapier. I lost where you and I were talking. What is that? What are you responding to? I don't know what your question is in reference to. Yahweh, my man, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey, thanks. ChatGPT bot, brilliant. Curtis isn't it? Curtis is everywhere all the time. He truly is the dispo god. I'm sorry, Tyler. He's the dispo god.
Yeah, Curtis is the dispo.
He's actually dispo. Like more like Tyler's more like dispo Jesus. Like look at his flowing hair, and then Curtis is like dispo god for sure, 100%. He is an insane. The response that converts what, Danielle? I've been talking for a while, and I've been watching Peaky Blinders all night, so I'm tired.
The proprietary, it's the outreach message.
Oh no, it's the outreach message, Danielle. Just look at your workflows. Look at when you put stuff into the workflow and you see what's sent out. It's not what most people get sent out, right? You guys don't have to get Zapier to get the message. If you guys just message me, Instagram follow me, and Tyler, it's fine. I'll fucking send you guys the message. Whatever. I'll just send it to you guys, right? I know you guys are a bunch of cheapos, so whatever. We'll just give it out for free. Danielle, you already have it if you have Zapier. Okay. I don't see any more questions, so I'm gonna go to a few that are in here. Tyler, do you know where I can buy a quality list of agents or where I can look to find one?
Yeah, you can extract or export a list from PropStream or Batch Leads. You can get a few thousand from there, probably 10,000 or so from there. And then Realtor.com is really solid. We don't buy a list necessarily. The only list we technically buy is Batch Leads, but that's just a monthly subscription. Other than that, we build it off of Realtor.com or we go to brokerage websites. So we'll just Google search top 10 brokerage real estate brokerages in America. Go to each one of their websites. Go to their Find a Realtor option, and then just search your market. And then we put all of those guys into a spreadsheet, and then we reach out to them.
Basically, yeah. You can buy lists, and I don't know where Pace and Jamil bought their list, but it's a good list too.
Dr. Bill. Go to drbill.com or something like that. You could buy a realtor. What's that?
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Which I completely forgot about. It's kind of expensive though. So that's going to cost you some money.
Yeah, like I don't know why you would do that. Just go to the brokerage websites. It's free and better data. Luke, I gave away everything. Tyler doesn't know this. I gave away all our templates, all our everything. I gave out at the entire Google Drive.
Anyone technically, really, like nothing's proprietary. We literally give it all up.
I was completely joking. I don't own anything except my brand and whatever deals we do, I guess. I don't actually have any proprietary info. How do you guys feel about FSBO on Zillow? I think they're trash. I think that's the worst lead source ever. In direct to seller wise, you're basically saying, here's what a seller's doing when they FSBO. They're saying, I don't want anyone else to make any money. I want to do this. I want to make it where I get the absolute biggest amount of dollar I possibly can. And I don't want anyone around me to make money. I'm not really that motivated. Probably doing this just because I don't want to give up even a 2.5, even a 5% commission to an agent. I do not like them. Don't do FSBO. Cheapest way to get first deal? Marcellus, it depends on who you are, right? Completely depends on who you are. I think if you're Tyler's personality, like an integrator or very more introverted, you should just do micro flipping. You should just find as many guys like me, acquisition wholesalers, and Danielle. Be like, literally find Danielle. Find people who are like, hey, I hate talking to buyers, right? They're in these chats. We just went through her story, how she loves talking to agents. You should find her and then dispo her deals. If you're like Danielle and you're like me, and you like the chase a little bit of sales, then I say agents. I'm super partial to agents. I think agents are way better than direct to seller always. Just way bigger deals, just as big of deals. I like people say they get bigger rips off direct to seller. No, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I feel like our average deal size, Tyler, now is like 30K, 40K, right? This is like not true.
I think it might be even higher than that.
It literally is just so dumb. I'm like, you guys are just wrong. Like maybe, I don't know, but like you're just gonna make so much money through agents if you're like me. I'm just so partial to it. It's so much easier than direct to seller. Direct to seller is not as scalable either. If you like really want a wholesale business, agents are the most scalable way possible too. So
If you
I'm
want a
really
good way to
possible.
go bankrupt, do direct to seller.
Yeah. I mean, you won't go bankrupt, but it's just gonna be such a nightmare.
I want to answer this question because I have an illustration on this. No, the next one.
Oh,
Yeah, because literally over the weekend, I put in our training kind of like that bird's eye view of the company, except I made it into like a flow chart. And so this would answer this question perfectly. So I'm going to share my screen.
and I'm gonna
I'm
be
going to
right
show
back.
you
I'm gonna
guys.
turn on the AC.
I'm going to show you guys exactly the flow of our company, who does what, and you'll understand how our company is structured. So it's not necessarily a org chart. It's a flow chart. Can you pop up the screen? There we go. All right. So this is the flow chart of our company from start to finish of an agent lead.
This is pretty. I like this.
Deal closed. Thank you.
Did
So we have
you
an
just do this
acquisition.
just cause? Wait, hold on. Did you just do this just cause?
I did it for our team. I put it in Trainual so everyone understands how the company works and who's responsible for what. And I got inspired from Brent's mastermind when I saw that flowchart stuff. I was like, oh, that's sick.
Good.
So we have our acquisition specialist who's a VA. Their entire job is to build agent lists, and then based on the ways we just talked about, that agent list will get uploaded to our CRM Zapier. Our acquisition specialist VA will reach out to that agent list and schedule warm agents who say they're open to working with us and they're open to working with investors. They'll schedule a call for our acquisitions manager. That agent will get transferred to our acquisitions manager to make those intro calls to essentially just introduce themselves, explain our business model, see if we can work together. If so, they'll add them to a specific follow-up stage, which automatically follows up with them every 14 to 30 days. From there, our acquisitions manager will get properties from them off market, and it'll either lead to an immediate offer submitted and negotiation, or they're going to have to follow up on those deals. And then eventually it'll lead to a submit, offer, and negotiation. If the seller accepts our offer, we'll review the contract, and then it'll come over to us, me and Jonah, to sign that contract. And then our transaction coordinator will open escrow. And at the same time, our admin VA is the one creating the marketing for that. So that's like creating the deal blast, creating the text blast marketing to go out to all the buyers. From there, our dispositions manager will dispo that deal, which is currently me until we have a new dispo manager. And then perform buyer follow-ups on that deal to assign that deal. Once we have a buyer in place, well, actually, at the same time, while that's happening, pretty much, we have a disposition specialist who's doing the same thing as the acquisition specialist, except they're building a buyer's list. And then they'll reach out to the buyer's list in Zapier. And then they'll do the same thing where they move all the warm buyer leads to our dispo manager for our dispositions manager to vet the warm buyer leads. And basically just gathering criteria. So like if you guys are going to ask me what are your vetting questions, it's literally just criteria. We don't really vet them anything else. And then we'll add those buyers to our active list. So that way, when we actually have a deal to dispo, the dispo manager has buyers to send it to. So once we have it assigned, our transaction coordinator will write up the assignment, send the assignment to escrow. They'll get the buyer's EMD in, and then they'll coordinate the transaction and then bring that deal to the finish line, and then we get paid. And so that is like an overview of like how the flow of our company is ran from agent lead to deal closed. There we go.
Nice. Well, that was pretty sick.
Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah. You two are studs. Thank you. Yes. Yes, you do need Zapier. I bet sex is okay. Actually, seller finance FSBOs actually might be a really good idea because, like I said, FSBOs want the most amount of money possible. Seller financing actually gives you the most amount of money possible. So actually, that might be a good strategy. I don't know. How do you also in the Bay Area? I figured those homeowners would know their house is worth a premium. No, their house isn't worth the premium if it's in crap condition. They know their house is worth a lot, but if their house is absolutely destroyed, it's not worth a premium, right? We give them the fair offer what their house is worth, and it's the same as anywhere else. The only thing is, emotionally, we're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars instead of like tens of thousands in other markets. So emotionally, buyers really sometimes are more, sellers are more resistant, but some aren't and some get it. When they aren't, then you get big, big boy checks. Literally showing how to build $1 million business. True. Literally.
Facts, bro.
Tyler, who's in charge of responding to auto follow-ups? Does that go back to the acquisition specialist, or does the acquisition manager respond to those follow-ups?
Great question. And this is actually a problem we're having, which we're solving. So our acquisitions manager is the one that responds to those follow-ups. And the issue we're having is we're at so many goddamn agents now that our AC manager is spending hours of his day just responding to people saying, no, thank you, or no, I don't have anything. So I'm currently building a ChatGPT bot to respond to all of that stuff. I think I talked to you about this when we were at the mastermind, but that's who's doing it currently, but that's going to change soon to an AI.
So you remember at the mastermind how Bren was like, you have to hire a junior acquisition manager? Our junior acquisition manager is just going to be ChatGPT. That's what we've decided. We're like, we don't need another human being to do this. We got ChatGPT to do this.
Yeah, it's slightly different with agent outreach, right? Especially if you're using a system like Zapier, because Zapier will do the automated follow-ups, whereas direct to seller, it's not necessarily like automated follow-ups to check in for deals. It's like you're checking in on a specific situation. So you kind of do need a junior acquisitions manager for that. But for agents, an automated system that does the follow-ups is basically your junior acquisitions manager.
It's so much better. Agent outreach is so much better. How many deals are you averaging per month? We do like 4 right now. We do about a deal a week, but they're big boy checks, right? They're not small. We do about a deal a week, I'd say, averaging between what random ones I get, our acquisition manager, maybe even more, maybe like 5 deals a month, something like that. But we're about to amp it up.
We're in Northern California though, so like the it's not like
it's different.
It's not $5,000 checks, you know. It's like,
yeah, we're getting big boy checks. That's for sure. So awesome, love it. All right, well, it's 9:55, and I don't quite see any more questions. What's your overhead? What is our overhead right now? Is like 17K a month, 18K a month.
It's actually 15.
I feel like you're not accounting for some things. That's your regular subscriptions, but what about like including like our traveling, our fucking okay. like other stuff?
Necessary overhead is like 15, but like
I consider the traveling necessary because we learn more and get more productive when we do that. I think it's 17 to 18 right now, and we're about to increase it to like 25. And then I'm going to get Tyler to increase it to like 35. Eventually, and it's just a slow process of getting him to understand that we need to spend an insane amount more money.
If you guys aren't running profit first, make sure you guys are doing that. That's going to help you not go bankrupt. And
see, here's the tension between me and Tyler. I'm basically trying to, I just don't give a fuck about going bankrupt. I'm like, let's just shoot for the moon. And he's like, no, we'll get to the moon, but we're going to like hike up the mountain. We're not going to shoot the spaceship out of a tree that's at the base of the mountain. We're going to get to the top of the mountain, Jonah, by going up the mountain and walking up the mountain. Well, I'm like, fuck that. Let's buy a Jeep Wrangler and drive up this bitch. And that's the constant tension between us, where we get a good middle ground eventually of like pushing stuff forward, but also not going bankrupt.
Can you break down the overhead cost? Do you want to do that?
Want to show them? Yeah, show them.
Oh, no,
we got 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes though.
We're gonna get through this real quick.
Can you do this in 3 minutes?
Yeah, it'll just be real.
Okay. All right.
Y'all this shit. Why did it take so long to find us? Because we're not loud enough. That's our fault.
Yeah, it's my fault. I'm trying to get more loud as I get louder and louder. Yeah, we're the only ones who like give away everything. I don't even think Jamil gives away everything.
No, we genuinely
give away everything.
All right,
I
guys. So
gave away everything.
this is our Google sheet. This is how we track our monthly.
You're not on the Google sheet. Go to the Google sheet.
Just all right. This is our Google sheet.
You're just saying this is the Google sheet, and it's just not the Google sheet.
I'm about to show you the Google sheet where we actually track our monthly like recurring subscriptions.
Okay.
All right. So we have our social media manager. That's for Jonah. That's $2,200 a month. Business coach for Jonah, $1,500 a month. We have our Trainual, which is $114 a month, which I think actually might be slightly a little bit more. We have Wix, $66 a month, which is for our company emails, because I'm an idiot and I set my stuff up through Wix originally and I can't really change it. GoDaddy, $21 for the domain. Investor Lift is $5,748 a year, which we do not actually use for everyone. We don't actually dispo through Investor Lift. We use it just for the buyers lists, as in like the tax record data, not the actual like Investor Lift network. Bookkeeping, $199 a month. Batch Leads, $299 a month. WeWork, $149 a month. Privy, $97. QuickBooks, $40. Online Jobs, which is a VA hiring service basically for Philippines or for people in the Philippines. Time Doctor for tracking hours. We have ChatGPT, ExpressVPN, DocuSign, Loom, Rent-A-Meter, StreamYard for our stream that you're watching right now. Zoom plus 30 gigabytes of extra storage. Google Voice, G Suite, our Zapier texts, which this is kind of a rough estimate of like how much we're spending on texts every month with like our current team.
It's so crazy how many texts that actually ends up being if it's 2,200 a month.
Yeah, this is
like tens of thousands of texts.
It's a lot of texts. Loom, Scribe, which is a SOP making service where I can like record my screen and do my process, and it like screenshots and pinpoints where I'm clicking so I can make SOPs. Stonely, which is actually technically not even this is more of a Zapier expense, so I should probably change that. Deal fees. Deal is our payroll platform, and we're spending about $480 a month on just their fees. Tally Count. This is the app that we use to track all of our KPIs. It's literally $79 a year.
We gotta wrap this up. And then he's got a bunch of AI and Zaps. Guys, I appreciate y'all so much. This is all this stuff. We got like our salary there, people, yada yada. Ends up being 15K. We probably spend 17 or 18 if you include travel and partying and all the hookers Tyler really likes hooking up with.
Okay.
But you know, anywho, I'm just completely kidding. I will see y'all next week. We'll do Cashflow and Coffee again. Tomorrow we're having Scorched the Fears. It's gonna be tomorrow, guys, 5 p.m. PST. It's gonna be tomorrow. I'm gonna be we're both gonna be in Montana starting Wednesday. So Scorched the Fears is tomorrow too. I love you guys. I will see y'all later.